Hey everybody, this is JDGaming, back today with a deck profile of Evil Twins. I know I've been gone for quite a while, had a bunch of stuff going on including a move I won't get into in this video, but I've been playing this archetype extensively in Master Duel over the last half year. It's been a fun way to consistently play Yu-Gi-Oh! Despite some life changes, and I'm excited to finally bring this theme to you. This will be a Let's Build. As always, I'll be building the deck from the ground up and explaining my choices along the way. Since this is the first time I'm covering the twins on the channel, I'm releasing this video simultaneously with an in-depth introduction. It will explain everything you need to know about the theme, and I'll assume you already know how the cards work in this video, so be sure to find it either linked on screen or in the description below. If you just want to see the deck list, you can use the chapter system for the alphabetical profile at the end of the video as usual, or you can jump around to various segments as you please. But without further ado, let's build Evil Twins. The first step in building a deck is to establish the theme and to build a core that supports the theme's goals. And since we're playing Evil Twins, we'll start with 3 copies of each of the OG live twins, ki-sikil and 𝕮𝖊𝖇𝑑. These lively twins make up 6 starters for our plays, bringing out one of the opposite colored twin if they are alone on summon. From here, we add 3 copies each of Live Twins Sunny Snitch to search the starters, as well as 3 copies of Secret Password to search that searcher. I then like to flesh out the core for a pure or predominantly Evil Twin deck with 1 copy of Live Twin Home, which is also searchable by password, a 2-to-1 ratio of ki-sikil Frost and lil-la Treat for extenders, and a single copy of our Big Twins as a brick to resolve our Link 4. This brings us to a running total of 17 cards for the key components. Once again, if you aren't familiar with how these cards work, I have a detailed explanation including tutorial combos in the in-depth intro that's linked as noted before, so I encourage you to stop by that video to learn how the deck functions. Now that we have our core, it's time to flesh out the main deck with some tech. First, I play 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet to break boards. As I explained in the in-depth intro, Droplet interacts very well with this deck, as yarding a live twin you summoned who's being targeted by a card like Infinite Impermanence can let you summon the other twin who now triggers thanks to being alone on the field. I also play 2 copies of Enemy Controller for similar reasons, although this one focuses on dodging common negation effects to steal a monster, which could either lead to unique, powerful plays if you swipe something nice, or simply supply you with a second monster to continue your combo as if you weren't interrupted. From there, I want to ensure the combo goes off as smoothly as possible. One called by the grave will help ward off hand traps, and it'll serve as a target for our 3 copies of Crossout Designator as well. This means we can now play at least a single copy of a variety of hand traps to clear the path. The usual suspects are Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, and Infinite Impermanence, which I'm currently running at 3 for their flexibility. I also am playing 1 each of 𝗵𝗍 and Effect Failure. Then, since the advent of Bystials and the Ishizu cards 𝗿𝗲𝗰 and 𝗵𝗏𝗏, I found it handy to have a full 3 copies of Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion to lessen their impact. Unfortunately, Bell being restricted with a hard once per turn clause makes it an uphill battle going against the multiple threats of the aforementioned cards, but that's just the nature of this evolving game. You could also play some Bystials in here to use with Crossout Designator, but realistically, I'm continuing to play this deck in a more casual TCG setting or on Master Duel for the time being. At some point, your deck just gets countered too harshly by the competitive environment to warrant trying to win big with it at the moment. With that large chunk pinned down, we only have 3 slots left, and I like playing the 1 Monster Reborn as an easy way to bring back our Link 4 as a shortcut combo rekindler, and the last 2 slots go to Pot of Desires. I know it may seem bad to banish our Garnet, but between the less than 30% chance of banishing it off of Desires and the deck's ability to function mostly unencumbered even in that case, I find the straight +1 to be well worth it in a deck with so many duplicate starters and hand traps. That brings our main deck to 40, so it's time to build our extra deck. For the twins, I like 2 copies each of ki-sikil and 𝕮𝖊𝖇𝑑. I know lots of folks like 3 ki-sikil, but I cut the 3rd copy months ago in my testing early on, and I've pretty much never missed it. You basically have 4 copies of the Link 2 twins to restart your plays in that 2 pair, and while it sometimes can be optimal in a later turn to have a 3rd ki-sikil instead of having to go into 𝕮𝖊𝖇𝑑, the situation where the deck can't play at all is way too niche to matter. I do play a full 3 of the Link 4 Trouble Sunny, as this card can be summoned more than once per turn. It's very common to summon a copy of this going second, attack, use it to summon back the 2 Link 2s, and then use them to summon a second copy of the Link 4 all in 1 turn. Having the 3rd copy of this card actually adds a lot of steam to the deck's grind game, and I feel it's more substantial than a 3rd copy of either Link 2. As I explained in the in-depth intro, I currently like playing the package with Link-Disciple and Link-Devotee for going first. And these cards help you get even better use out of IP Masquerena, Nightmare Unicorn, and Unchained Abomination than you normally would in the deck. Finally, I run the 4-material Zeus package featuring 𝗗𝗃𝗊𝗄 and Downward Magician to bring us up to 15. This suite is so powerful, it single-handedly led me to play Sky Striker instead of Evil Twins during Master Duel's Link Festival that forbade non-Link monsters in the extra deck. There are of course other cards that could be played besides the ones I've mentioned today. These are just the ones I chose to run in my personal build. And with that, we've successfully built Evil Twins. Special thanks to everyone who watched the video in its entirety. Now let's jump right into the traditional profile. We have 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 𝗵𝗍𝗄, 1 Effect Veiler, 1 copy of Evil Twins ki-sikil and lil-la, 3 copies of Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, 3 copies of Live Twin ki-sikil, 2 copies of Live Twin ki-sikil Frost, 3 copies of Live Twin lil-la, and 1 copy of Live Twin lil-la Treat. Then for spells, we have 1 Called by the Grave, 3 Crossout Designator, 2 Enemy Controller, 3 Forbidden Droplet, 1 Live Twin Home, 3 copies of Live Twin Sunny Snitch, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Pot of Desires, 3 Secret Password, and then for traps, we have 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence to bring us to a 40-card main deck. For our extra deck, we have Link-Disciple and Link-Devotee as our Link 1 monsters. Then for Link 2s, we have IP Masquerena, 2 each of the twins ki-sikil and lil-la. Then for Link 3s, we only have Nightmare Unicorn, and for Link 4, we have Unchained Abomination and 3 copies of Evil Twins Trouble Sunny, and then we have the 3-card Xyz package consisting of Rank 2 𝗗𝗃𝗊𝗄, Rank 4 Downward Magician, and Rank 12, I guess, Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder. That's it for now, but feel free to grab one of these videos on your way out. If you really enjoyed what you saw today, remember to subscribe to JDGaming for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks guys, this is JDGaming, hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll see you guys next time.